Welcome everyone to our annual reunion, and a very special reunion, it will be. Dominic has asked me to say a few words of welcome to you all. For those of you who don't know me, because some of you may not know me, I'm Dr Margaret McCann, otherwise known as Margaret Ann, and I'm the former medical director, treatment director, chief executive, but now retired, and in the role of co-chairman along with my husband Peter. So, welcome to Castlecraig. Now today we've got a very special guest speaker, and that is Professor Peter Hawkins, who has travelled here today along with his wife Judy Ride, Dr. Judy Ride. In fact, Peter is an old friend, and we met Peter many years ago, about 40 years ago, when we went to, when we opened Clouds House, which was our very first treatment centre. And Peter was a great inspiration and mentor to us in those days. Peter had a vast knowledge of therapeutic communities, having worked with the Richmond Fellowship. And he ran, at that point, a centre in Bath for counselling and supervision. And Peter trained our staff in counselling, in group counselling, and in supervision at Clouds House over that 5 years, and provided a lot of supervision to Peter and myself. So we're very indebted to Peter and Judy for the help and support which they gave to us in our early years. Peter was also on the board of Castlecraig for a short period. So Dominic will be introducing Peter after I've spoken. We'd like to add that we're delighted to welcome our current patients. Where are you? You're around there somewhere. Good. Well, welcome. So welcome to all of you who are in treatment. We know this is going to be a day of great inspiration for you. All you have to do is feel the buzz, feel the energy, look around and see the happiness and the joy and the fulfillment in the lives of all those who have come and travelled here some distance to be here today. So I'm confident that you will be inspired and motivated by all that you see and all that you hear today at Castlecraig. And isn't there a great energy here? What is that energy? It's the energy of sobriety, of lives that are changed, transformed, lives that are now filled with purpose and meaning. And we all travel here together, we're bonded together in the fellowship of the Spirit. That's what Bill W. called it, the fellowship of the Spirit, and I love that expression. So, why do we come here today? Why are people pleased to return? Who ever wanted to go back to the mental health institution that they visited? Nobody. But people come here today because this place has marked the beginning of a tremendous journey in their lives, a journey of self-discovery, a journey of discovering deeper realities, a place where you received the precious gift of sobriety, not just abstinence, but sobriety. And what is sobriety? Well, we know it's to be free of the grip and bondage of addiction. And as we gather here together with deep gratitude, lest we forget that we were once lost in the fog of addiction and the creeping emptiness that was in our lives, our minds clouded by ego and driven by compulsion and by self-delusion. But then we faced our addiction with honesty and courage, and we acknowledged the shame in our lives, and we found hope. And that replaced the emptiness, and a deep meaning has entered our lives and replaced the confusion. And as we continue this journey of recovery, practicing the 12 steps and sharing freely what we received, we come to realize that we have found something precious, a pearl of great price, sobriety and beyond, peace and serenity. So today you celebrate, but we also celebrate 35 years of Castlecraig itself and all its related work. Peter. And Peter referred recently to all the little miracles, and so I asked him about some of the miracles. Well, I knew about some of them, of course, but it wouldn't have happened without those miracles. And one of the miracles was, when we travelled here to Scotland 35 years ago, we didn't have anything. There was no treatment centre. There was no immediate prospect of purchasing a facility that would enable us to open a rehab. But through a combination of circumstances, we put in a bid for Castlecraig. We were actually the underbidders, so we were successful in our bid, but we were the underbidders. Peter, however, had offered to pay or to provide free treatment for 10 patients a year for 10 years to people from Glasgow Strathclyde Regional Council, which was the council that we bought this facility from. And maybe that swung the deal. And also Peter had a contact in the council who happened to be an AA member and had political connections. So all of these things, and through the grace of God and providence, we were successful with Castlecraig, but we know it's a miracle. So 35 years ago, we arrived here, and I stood in there in the drawing room and looked out of the windows. And I've said this before, but I love to think about it. I looked across at the hills over the valley there, because your eyes just lift up to the hills. And I was immediately reminded of the words of that psalm, "I lift up mine eyes to the hills, from which shall come my help. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth." And I just knew in my heart there and then that this was a place where heaven met earth, and this would be a place of healing, and that it was a gift for us, a gift where people who entered our doors would find hope. So today I thank God, my Father in heaven, for this precious gift of Castlecraig over these 35 years, and for the gifts of lives changed by the gift of sobriety. So have a wonderful day, all of you.